Hello and welcome along and welcome back to This Is Island. It is day 3 of spring and we're going to be doing a lot of animal work today. So if we have a look in here, you can see that our sheep need water. They also need a top up of their grass and hay. Similarly, if we come down the bottom here, you can see that our horses could also do with the top up of their water, and also, yeah, actually they could just do with a top up of their water and their straw. So we're going to be doing both of those. To that end, we're going to be taking our Ford 6810 here. That is now going to live sort of permanently down with the horses. I think that's going to be useful down there. I also want to pick up 2 more horses. So we're going to go and grab a couple more horses for that. So let's... I think we'll put the Land Rover actually in to follow me behind the tractor. Because that way we're not going to go too fast for the Landy, but we could go too fast for the tractor. So there we are. Oh. Start her up. And away we go. So our Land Rover's thinking that it's one of those times of day when it's a little bit odd as far as light goes. So yeah, it does flash a bit. The lights sort of automatically come on. But we should be okay. So we're going to get this down to... Whoa. We're going to get this down to our horses. And we'll go from there. Cause I think we need to get some straw. We need to give them some water. So that is all good. I will see you down there. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is we're going to park this up. We're going to hook the Land Rover up to the horse box and head down to the animal market, where we pick up our we'll pick up the 2 new horses. So turn this off, and then we can hook up to the Landy. And so we can do this because we're in a position now where the horse helper's now working, so we can increase our number of horses. We can increase our daily income from those, which will be good and which will be helpful to us. So let's hook that up and hook up the cable as well and head down there. So this will mean that yeah, we'll get more income from the horses as we do every day, and means that it brings in that little bit extra. So if we ever need to rent anything or anything like that, then we should be good. So let's get this out this way and down to the market. Here we are. So we want to reverse this fairly far up this ramp, I think. So, like so. And then open it up. And we should be able to purchase 2 horses. So here we are, Big Western WFC. So I think we want what we've got at the moment, horse-wise, down the bottom here. So we've got those types at the moment. So we definitely don't have an Andalusian by the looks of things. So we want one of those. And I'm looking at these and I don't think we have a halflinger at the moment. So that might be quite a good one to get. Yeah, and I'm not sure we have a Tennessee walking horse, but I'm going to grab a halflinger, confirm those 2, pick those both up. We will close the back up, like so. We'll add the cover, and away we go. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of animal stuff today. What we're doing is we're going to get the horses. We've got these 2 horses, and we're going to drop them off. We'll get them named after a couple of our patrons. And then the other thing that we need to do is we need to check that our sheep are okay. We want to do the work with our sheep and make sure they're all good. And then we are going to load up one of our trailers with some straw and head up to our other field. Sorry, up to the cows. And then we're going to get cows. We're looking to get at least 50 cows on the farm. Hopefully we've got enough money to do that. I think we should have. We might have to borrow a little bit, maybe. But I think in general we're good. There we are. So let's get these over to here. What we can do... we need to... I'm going to say the mod that does the water troughs has been reset. Has had an update. So we need to reset those as well. So we'll get this open. There we go. And we'll get these two done. So move and move. Nope. Ah. Move, move, confirm. There we are. So we'll just get our horses done. I might have seen them jump there a bit because I was getting the name of our patrons. So our two new horses, who are currently named Oscar and Lily. Oscar, we are going to rename to GT after GT Farming. So thank you to him. And Lily, we are going to rename to... Kjetil. There we go. Named after two more of our patrons. So there we go. Our patron horse naming continues. And if we look here, how much space we've got. So our farm, we are now maxed out on the horses we can have here. That doesn't mean we can't clear some of these trees and put another horse paddock in, to be honest. So we will probably do that at some point, I think. Next job we've got to do is we need to move these because these are in the wrong place at the moment. Now, this should have fixed an issue that we had with the positioning of these. Oh, no, it has not. That is unfortunate. So, this now has an issue where it can't move. So... we're going to have to cancel this and try again. Yeah, it's a little bit of an odd one, that. As long as you've not got any hand tools, you are alright positioning these. As soon as this mod updates and you need to reposition stuff, you can no longer move these things up and down. You need to... you're stuck with them at whatever height they are placed at. By default. So we're going to line this up here like that, and I am happy with that. There we go. So that, and that will then fill their water up. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to go and get some straw. So to do that, we're going to switch over to our tractor. Now, I don't think we've got any straw up here. Whoa, we've left our tailgate down. There we go. So this horse box goes on the outside of here. This is a little bit tight to turn this round in, but if we pull this into here, I want to put some straw in here. Now the difficulty we've got is actually loading the straw up then into the tractor. We've got no front loader on the tractor and we've got no other way to do it. So it might be a case that we have to take the tractor up to the main farm each time to reload it. But that's not a huge problem. Have we got... so what do our horses need at the moment? So our horses now should have plenty of water, which they do. They need straw, they need oats, and they need hay. So we are going to take this and we're going to go and give them some oats, which we can do very easily because we have this trailer here, which we just store here with oats in. And they don't take much of any of this, to be honest. Fortunately, even with 8 horses here, they're not going to strain this too much, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll take this along to the feeding trough and tip it in. There we go. And this little ransom trailer is absolutely perfect for this. That's that done. So that will do them for a couple of days. I need to replant some grass in here following our error that we had a couple of videos ago. Right, so the oats, they will eat first before the hay, but we will still bring a bale of hay down here. Again, they won't eat too much of it, so we can store the rest of it in here. And we need to put, we're going to have to put the Andersen straw blower on here. Now, I don't want to look too closely at this, because I got to try and work out on this tractor how to fix this bit. On the more modern tractors in game, the upper hitch moves. On this, of course, it doesn't. So what I want to do is I want to try and get that to go onto the lower hitch. And we can't alter this because obviously this is in a DLC. But it just means that we want to try and avoid that cut through there. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to do. We have no straw in this, so we've got to go up to the main farm. So let's, yeah, that's all good. We will get this on follow me, so that comes back. And we're going to head up to the farm and get ourselves some straw. So pulling into the main farm now, I'm just going to stop here and we'll drop this off. So this can head back to our house, as we're not going to need this again for a while. Very tempted to put some chickens in this area next to the house. I think this would be a really, really good place for that. There is a chicken farm about. It's actually down by the main farm, but I think it's quite a way for us to do. So I think we would be better off having the chickens around here where we have our horses and our sheep. Cows, of course, are a very different beast. They take up quite a bit of space, and we've got space for 500 cows on this map. So we're going to start with 10% of that and work our way up a bit. So let's open the back of this. Jump into this. And we can head over here, and we're gonna spike this one on the right, on the right hand side, and then just reverse out and put it into the back, like so. Yeah, apart from that high hitch issue with this 6810, it's actually perfect for this kind of work. It is just annoying that it doesn't work so well with that. There we go, that is in. Let's get this back down to our horses. Now, I'm heading back to our horses a slightly different way. This is a longer way. Oh, we need to sell that water bowser, actually. Because I want to have a look at this field here, and we can actually see the toll that planting winter wheat has taken in seasons. Look at the patches in that. Wow. That is quite a patchy field at the moment. Hopefully, it's not going to be too bad. But yeah, there's certainly a lot of dead crop on that. That did not fare well in the cold weather from from that winter. That really hasn't. Unfortunately, yeah. And we've got an area that's dead round the side here. And oh, wow. So that is the fun of seasons, is that not all your crop will make it through, especially if you've planted stuff. If you've planted sort of winter crops, you can get some very patchy crops. Right, so we've come in the back here. There we go. Let's do this. We won't cover our actual horses. So that should do it. So yeah, no more capacity for straw. We've left with 73%. So we should be all good for that for a while. Let's put this away. And then that will be our horses done for today. They can take some hay, and we are going to go and do some hay work in a minute. But first, yeah, undo that and take that off. We're going to park this up and head over and connect up, or go and do some work now, I think, with the flatbed trailer. So got the Massey. We're going to go and hook up to our flatbed trailer because we want to take some of our hay bales up to the cow yard before we start work over there. Now what we need to do, yeah, we want to hook this up. We will be in a position where we can then have the Massey up there for the job that we need to do later. Thankfully, at this time of year, the cows will eat the grass, so we don't immediately need to get feed up there for them. I think it's wise to have some hay up there. We'll be able to get some total mixed rations and get them producing milk quicker doing that. In this case, though, we don't actually want to be parking that tractor here. And I'm going to actually turn it off for a moment. Oh, actually, no, I've got a better idea. We want to do this all in one go. Let's put our bale spikes on the trailer. There's only one place at the moment we're using the bucket. So I think leaving the bucket in the field is going to be a really wise idea. So let's do that. Let's hook the bucket up. We can then use that in the field. So hook that up. That is going into the field. Connect up. Oh, getting the right piece of equipment. There we go. But follow on this, and we can now head into the field and sort our sheep and get ourselves sorted. Oh, so we. This is why, with the enhanced vehicle mods, you need to be very careful. You need to make sure you leave your vehicles in front wheel drive. Otherwise, you end up with problems. There we go. Thankfully, we didn't lose our bale spikes, so that's all good. Here we are approaching the field. I want to take this at a rather wide berth because it's difficult to get into this field at the best of times. Again, we're going to have to reset the water pipes in this, and this is where it's going to be a bit of a problem. Because we want to reset them to height here, and we can't really do that. Right, we'll take this over to our hay bales so that we can load some up. There we go. Meanwhile, we're going to take this. Oh, we're going to close the gate. Take this and clean up our sheep. Over here. And then we can just leave this in here. Not quite low enough. There we go. I want it to just lift the wheels at the front off ever so slightly. We need to have a good clean of our equipment as well, I think. There we go. So that is all cleaned. Let's get this back. We'll take this and we're going to go and put this in the shed up here. That way, this is always here for us when we want to clean them out. There we are. Right, and drop that off. And then here, we need to try and get our bale spike on. And we're going to give one more bale to that. There we go. That hooked it on. Right, so we're going to give one hay bale to our sheep. And then we're going to load up. We're not going to load up many. We're probably going to get a single stack and stuff because we're going to have plenty soon. We're going to be doing a load just as spring progresses. But we need to make sure. We need to make sure that our sheep are good now. You can see there's an area in the middle of the field where they eat anyway. So they're not going to run out that soon. At the same time, they will take all of that. And that will pretty much max out our sheep now. Yeah, not far off. That's well enough. So our next thing then is to sort out the water. And then we can head over. We can get some bales on here and start sorting out our other bits. So this is where we run into a problem here. Because I want this to go into our water over here. And it'll be under the surface of the water. Yeah, that is a long way under. But I can't actually raise it. There's no way to raise this up. Ah! Hold the button down and turn it. And it raises it. That actually is fantastic. That actually works. So that's how to do it. From what I was saying earlier, that is actually how you do it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have this work slightly differently this time. I'll turn it, and then that looks like it's a pipe coming out of the water area, and yeah, going across the field. Now let's just see if we can position this right. I think that will do. Trying to see which direction I'm pointing. Sort of there. Okay, and then this pipe comes around like this. And then, yeah, we can lower it like that. Perfect. Now let's see if we can't. No, we can't do that. So that will do nicely. There we go. Perfect. So we can go and turn that on now. On our way out of the field, I think. First, we're going to load up some bales. And this will then be good feed for the cows. I'm basically going to take this stack here. Oh. We were fortunate that fell as a stack. Because it's easier then to pick it up again. But yeah, it's not... We're going to take like... what, we got 6 bales... 12 bales, I think we're going to take. That will do us absolutely fine for now. So let's put these onto here. So it's not going to take up much space on our bale trailer. This bale trailer can take far more bales than this, but we want to leave plenty down here. And as I said, we're going to be topping up all of our hay bales in a bit anyway. Down we go. And it's going to take probably about 4 trips with the truck to get all of the cows. Now we can have them delivered, but of course that will cost us a fair amount. So yeah, I wanna transport them myself. I like to transport the animals myself. To me, it makes more sense to do it that way. 2 more bales. Yeah, last 4. It's avoiding that middle post on this side. That's the trick we've got. Right, and round. I keep thinking the stack of bales in the field are an actual stack of bales that we can use. I'd quite like, I think from a map making point of view, I'd quite like any bales that are used for dressing to sort of be bales that you start with. I think that would be pretty cool. So having a stack of bales in the middle of the field there would be pretty wicked to have as a set of starting bales, if you could. Should be doable, I think, but I'd have to have a bit more of a play around with it. Right, so we have loaded up our bales. That means we are finished with this. And we can go and drop this at the yard on our way back. The only thing we do need is we need to go and give some water before we head back. Oh, we've got another one there, another one there, and one there. Perfect. Right, that one will do on there as well. And that one also. Make sure these are properly strapped down. There we go. Right, we'll just run up here quickly and find our tap. There we go. And just check that that water is flowing and filling up our trough, which it is. So we can leave that to go, and that will run its automatic shut off in a minute. Will that follow? No. There we go. And we want to, with the troubles we had getting this tractor in here, we want to drive this out first. If I'm going to get this up to the cow yard, I will drop the telehandler off on the way. But I will see you up there in a minute. Approaching the cow yard now, and I think I've just seen our tractor for this sitting by the shop, actually. So we need to just bring this down here, and we'll park this up. Put the handbrake on, and here's our class tractor. So this has got the wheel weights on the back. This is our little one. Now this has a really awesome bit in that we have the viewing the viewports. So we got a really clear view with this tractor, and I really love it for that. Now what I'm going to do is get these unloaded and get them into here. It is 5 to 5, so actually what we really want to do is, once we've got these unloaded, I'm going to go and take the animal trailer down, and we're going to go and get a load of cows. I want to transport them all because it will save us money. But I may have to slow the time down to do it because it has just gone 5 o'clock in game. And we need to make sure... Well, I don't want it to be too dark, basically. And the reason why I went from the 10 times that we did last time we had a video on here back to the 15 is because we basically ended up with too much. So, yeah. I need to keep an eye on that. So I'll get these unloaded. And then we'll jump in our animal truck. So here's our last 2 bales. We're just going to get these on our stack. It is now 6 PM in game, so the sun is going to be setting quite quickly soon. Nice thing about it being day 3 of spring is that it's not too bad. Just want to clear that. There we go. And so, I'm just going to turn the beacons off on this. Turn this off. Turn the beacons off on this. And we're going to head over to here. So we need to start this. We also need to get this out of the way. Now, at some point, I want to replace this class Jaguar. At the moment, we can't afford to. The ones from the class DLC are too expensive for what we have. We'd have to borrow a load of money. I think we'd have to borrow like 100,000 or something like that. Oh, these satch hoses. So yeah, this holds about 14 cows, this animal trailer. There we go. Has no hoses to connect on it, which is fine. We're going to get this down to the animal market. And yeah, go and pick us up some cows. I think with the time we've got left, it may be a case that we have to just go for it. But we will see how it goes. There we go. And we'll go this way because this is actually marginally faster to take our dirt track here. And it being 6:30 in the evening, we now really do want to get these transported. Wow. I'm so pleased we took out these branches. We would never have got this truck down this road had we not done that winter branch work. And here we are at the animal market. I don't think this has rear opening doors. Does it? No. I think this mod is one that doesn't. Let's have a look. No, there is no opening doors on this, so we just need to reverse it up and fill it up. Now we are going to go for the best milk producers in game on this map. So that is the Holsteins. So that is the Holsteins. We are going to fill this up. So this will take up to 14, I think. Yeah, there we go. And confirm that. So that has cost us 28,000 for 14. Which is good. We've got, as I said, 3 trips of this to do. We've seen that the lights have just come on in the house. So, yeah, 7 o'clock. We're going to start losing light now. Let's get these taken up to the farm and dropped off. Yeah, we need to do 4 of these trips. Now comes the fun part. We need to get this truck into this gateway. Now, this one should be easier than the other one. It's still quite a tight turn, and we still need to be fairly careful. But the other gateway is just a complete U-turn, pretty much, which just makes it impossible. There we go. We can unload these here. And there we are. Move this. So that is all 14. Let's go and get the rest. We have just, by my reckoning, we have just enough money to get 50 cows. But we are going to have to transport them ourselves. So I'm going to get 3 more trailer fulls or 3 more loads transported. till we get up to the 50. And I will see you again in a moment once we have that, and we will see how late we've gone. It's 11 p.m. at night. We're bringing our last 8 cows. That takes it up to 50. We have just been charged 1,500 in animal upkeep, which I think. 1,500 in animal upkeep. That is the cost of our. No, need to back that off a little bit. Just getting this gateway. There we go. That's the upkeep of our horses. So that's the horse helper coming, kicking in. So that's cost us that. We should make that well more than that back from our horses overnight. So let's get our last 8 cows across. Takes us up to 50. Confirm that. And there we are. Now this is just so dark at this point. Now what we do need to do. Let's turn this off. We do need to give them some straw. But the big thing we need to do right now is we need to make sure that they have water. A really difficult job this to do in the dark. I kind of wish that we'd set this up earlier. This is going to be a very difficult thing to do in this light. So I think what we'll have to do at the moment is yeah, we're going to have to move this that way. We want to go absolutely backwards. Very difficult to do in the dark. What I'm looking for at the moment is over here. Those are not the best lights. So we'll start the engine on this. We'll go full lights. That is going to give us some light. That will give us enough light to position. And then I've just got to move myself in the right direction. But yeah, this will be difficult to sort. So I'd position this here. And that should allow me to move this. Push that down a little bit. Turn it. So that allows us to position that. This, I need to just come straight back this way. Until hopefully, there we go. There's our barn light. I can hear our truck. There we are. Can't place it in the loading area. We can place it where I actually want to though, which is here. So that's good. There we go. So those are positioned. Absolutely perfect. And now we just tap back to our truck. And this means overnight. Oh no! We were marginally. We were a second too late. We lost 8 cows. I think we lost 8 cows. So we are going to have to go and buy 8 more cows next time. Let's try it. Yeah, we're down to 42. So we've lost 8 of our cows straight off. Not a great end to the video, that. But that is where we are. Let's turn the indicator off on that. Just a second too late getting that water into the water trough. So with that, that's where we're going to end it. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.